Hello, hello. Welcome back to Suspending Disbelief. It has been a long time again, just like the last episode, and I don't even know what I included in the last episode. I think I might have said that last time too, because it was a big gap in between the last two as well. Um, Today, as I record this, it is December 13th, 2025. So we're coming up to the end of the calendar year. And yes, I started the Suspending Disbelief next chapter, I believe, in April or right between April and May. And so it hasn't been necessarily a full year. Um, and I'm going against every grain of my being because today I am announcing or letting you guys know that I will not be maintaining this podcast um, ongoing for now. Okay, so I know that sounds really iffy and uncertain and all of these things, but for me, when I say I'm going to do a thing, for me to back out of it is rare. I stick to what I say I'm going to do. And so for me to say I'm stopping this, just know that I don't do it lightly and that I have good reasons, right, for what I'm doing. So, um this year of 2025, as just a quick recap, and I'm not even going to like dive into personal stuff today because personal stuff has overtaken everything this year, and my business has basically come to a complete halt. And that's okay. Believe it or not, for someone who loves her business so much, this has been acceptable because there has been so much in my life that has come to light, and I've realized how unaligned and how crappy really some of the situations were. And so I am actively fixing and releasing and deleting and removing, right? Um I'm making a lot of progress. It is really fucking hard. So what has happened with me and my business is I've had to press pause. I have not at all given up on it. I will be back, but these things need to take priority. So that's my kids, my um matters with my exes or family members or even friends, and having to draw boundaries that I never realized were shaky or were, the lines were not set where they needed to be, or um so many things. And every time this year that I thought I was done or that I thought I was coming up to being done, that I thought I was close, I got slapped down by the universe again. And I say that with humor because, again, I live in this state of suspending disbelief where I really do believe that it's all for a reason. So it's all taking me where I need to go. And while I got slapped down, I also got back up. And um, I am grateful. Despite how hard this year has been, I am grateful. I'm so grateful for all of the things that have come to light so that I can just have this invisible weight that has been holding me back lift. And so while it feels disappointing and negative and almost like I lied for me to say enough reporting on my life in this podcast right now, um, what does feel really aligned is letting go of everything that is taking time but not giving back to me. And while I love to inspire others, and that in and of itself gives back to me, the Suspending Disbelief podcast is literally just me sharing about my situation and hoping that it inspires others. And while I know that it does inspire others, and I talk to them and I hear from them and all of that kind of thing, um, it takes effort, right? Everything takes effort. It takes effort to plan, it takes effort to record, it takes effort to edit if necessary, although I don't edit much on this podcast. And then it takes effort to load it all up online and publish it and share it around. And, I don't do a ton of advertising for this one, but still, sharing about it and stuff. All of it is effort. And I have had to this year get really crazy clear on what I can remove so that I am only putting my effort into the necessary areas so that I have overflow, so that I have excess of available energy because there's so much that keeps coming out of seemingly nowhere that requires my energy. And so I can't be expending it all the time and then drawing on negative reserves when something comes up. Which, all of this sounds so much like common sense, and it's simple and it's obvious and it's, all of these things, but I am a giver. I love to give. I love to share. I love to be with my people and talk to my people and connect with my people. And I really, really love to inspire my people. And so it's really tough for me to let these things go. But I have been all year. I have stepped back from my Facebook group, although I have not closed that down. I had to press pause on the Butterfly Network, my business community, where I did business coaching. I completely stepped back from the rest of Facebook and probably won't go back to that. And I have deleted extra accounts on things like Instagram and TikTok and, like all of these things that I really didn't use much anyways, but I had them and it was just like, nope, I don't want to have to maintain that at all. Um, I have, and this is just business stuff, right? So I was blogging and I was podcasting and I had all these different podcasts and like one by one, I have had to go pause or stop. And um, most of them I will either reintegrate in a different way in the future or just pick back up at some point when life isn't lifing the way that it has been lately. But some of them are gone for good. And that has been the toughest part of all as far as business goes for me to let go of those ones because I have loved every piece of my business every step of the way. And so for me to completely just drop pieces or let them go is really tough. But I've had to do that this year. And then again, there are many pieces that have had to be paused. Some of them at the beginning, I was doing excellent with notifying people, letting people know, like, hey, I'm going to go missing for a while. But come the second half of the year, I'm sure I mentioned it in my last episode, but I had like basically a mental breakdown in July. Life was really knocking me down again and again and again. And um, at that point, I not realized because I already knew it, but I really took it in more, that I don't owe anybody an explanation and that I needed to just step back and I needed to stop putting the pressure on myself to be informative and make sure that everybody knew what was going on. And, I'm taking on a lot that I didn't need to. And so, um, this is actually, although there have been massive pauses, like 2, 3 months in between the last couple of episodes, um, this is one of the last things that I still have going. And um, basically, what's left that is sort of ongoing is my simplified year page on Substack. And that one has been sporadic. It has been inspiration based only, although I had a ton of inspiration back in August and I scheduled out ahead and, all of these things. But um, I really haven't been active in it for at least 4 months. And I don't know when that will change. As much as I was really hoping to have all these things wrapped up by the end of this calendar year so that I could start 2026 fresh, it's not happening. There's still ongoing things. And that includes, really hard things like dealing with family court and um, just lots of difficult stuff. So none of that is a sob story. It's just a reprioritization of where I'm allocating my resources to and my energy to. And so, as much as I love suspending disbelief, and I will continue to suspend disbelief, and I will continue to operate under this methodology, I guess you could call it, I just will not be updating this ongoing with any sort of consistency. Okay. I am not going to say that I will never, ever drop an episode for this again because it's me and I might. But um, I will say that this is the last of the episodes that is guaranteed. I may or may not ever post another episode about this again. Um, I will, I will probably set it up to be more of an evergreen thing that just can live somewhere that I don't need to maintain, that I don't need to um, just worry about at all. And it can just be there, and I can maybe have automations set up eventually that will go to it for people who could benefit from this, even looking back at it in the past when it was happening, and from all of the lessons that I've learned. And I really want to thank everyone who has followed this podcast, everyone who suspended disbelief with me from the beginning. So many women who have told me their stories, and it's been incredible. And I don't believe in any way that it's going to stop being incredible, but I am done with broadcasting it for now. So this is just sort of my way of saying thank you and goodbye. And these episodes will not disappear forever. They're not going to be gone, or anything like that. I may move things a little bit around or whatever. But um, as far as most of the goals that I set for this year, they didn't happen. But what I really realized is that all of these things that have seemingly fallen apart in my life, it's all shedding past stuff that's getting in the way of the outcomes that I want. And so once they are cleared, once they are resolved, the pathway will be wide open for these things to be successful and very quickly. Because when I am free, when my energy is free to focus on these things, I move very, very quickly. So I look forward to that, but I don't know how long it's going to take until I arrive there. So I don't want to keep on sharing, I haven't arrived, or there's been more problems, or, all of these things. And right now it's just a phase that I'm in, and I'm okay with it. So um, I am, yeah, I don't know if I need to really update any other aspect of it, but I just didn't want to never post again without saying thank you, because it's almost 2 years. It was a beautiful little community that sort of budded and blew up on its own. And I I will still be around. It just won't be in this particular one. Probably the best place to look if you're looking to try to follow me is my Substack for the simplified year. Even that may have some changes coming in the future, but it is definitely one thing that will stick around. And you can find me there if that's what you want. I'm under Brie Hozak. So thank you to everyone who has listened. Thank you so much. And hopefully, I will be seeing, talking to, and loving on all of you in some other format in the future. And I love you all so much. Thanks. I'll talk to you later.